you remember those nights? TV का वॉल्यूम 0, रिमोट इन हैंड, फिंगर परमानेंटली बैक बटन पे, चैनल 66 पे फैशन टीवी आ रहा होता था, म्यूटेड ऑफ कोर्स। और अगर किसी दोस्त के पास वो CD आ गई होती, द CD, suddenly he was the king of the group. 90s kids knew how to hustle. No Wi-Fi, no privacy, no clue. बस curiosity, जुगाड़ और थोड़ा सा guilt. We didn't talk about sex openly, but we whispered about it in canteens, scribbled jokes in slam books, and secretly prayed कि कोई adult browser history ना देख ले. And then came American Pie. Someone passed around the VCD like it was contraband. You hit play, expecting full-time naughtiness, but you got something else. It was bold, sure, naughty definitely, but vulgar, not really. In fact, surprisingly, it had a big goofy heart. It wasn't just about sex. It was about friendship, insecurity, growing up, messing up, and figuring it out. And that's why it hit us so hard. Even in a country where prom doesn't exist and parents still say, "Log kya kahenge?" Early 2000s kids know this wasn't just a movie. It was a rite of passage. A wild, awkward, hilarious one. But still, it wasn't a film you watched with your parents. It was the one you watched secretly, maybe late at night, headphones on, screen brightness low, and still looking over your shoulder. And yet somehow this crazy, over-the-top sex comedy ended up touching something real, something almost nostalgic. Let's go back to 1999. No Instagram, no Netflix, no tutorial videos on how to kiss. Just dial-up internet and teenage hormones. Movies about high school either made it look like a fairy tale or were too sanitized. Then came American Pie. This film didn't try to be cool, it embraced the awkwardness. It looked at the average teenage boy and said, हाँ ये लड़का एक mess है, but maybe that's okay. ये फिल्म स्कूल लाइफ का एक ऐसा वर्जन दिखाता था जो हमने सिर्फ हॉलीवुड पोस्टर्स में देखा था. Red cups, wild house parties, prom, and of course the big first time pressure. But what made it stand out? The writing, the timing, the honesty. The jokes were cheeky, but they weren't just there to shock. They came from insecurity, from not knowing what to do, how to act, how to be seen as cool, like Jim's webcam scene. It was funny, horrible, and painful to watch, all at the same time, because deep down, it was about being seen and then immediately regretting it. The comedy didn't punch down. It laughed with the characters, not at them. That's a big reason why this movie worked, and why it still does. Then there were the characters. Jim, the awkward, well-meaning guy who's trying way too hard. Oz, the sensitive jock who wants more than just a hookup. Kevin, the planner who thinks he knows how relationships work but doesn't. Finch, the mysterious intellectual who drinks espresso and aims for Stifler's mom. Michelle, the band geek who completely flips expectations. And then there's Stifler. हर group में एक Stifler होता है. That one friend who's loud, obnoxious, says the most inappropriate things at the worst time, but still gets invited to every party. He was offensive, yes, but so outrageously himself that you couldn't ignore him. But beneath all the jokes and absurdity, American Pie had a heart. It was about friendship, about that weird transition phase between school and college, the pressure to grow up fast, and the fear of not being ready. चाहे कल्चर अलग हो, इमोशंस वही थे, ना समझना अपने आप को और दोस्तों का सपोर्ट. That's why the film connected globally, even in places where high school life looked totally different. We didn't relate to prom or beer kegs or marching bands, but we understood the nervous excitement, the peer pressure, the desire to not be left behind. Of course, not everything aged well. The webcam scene, problematic. The way some of the characters talk about girls, yeah, it wouldn't fly today. But that's part of looking back. Acknowledging what worked and what didn't. Back then, it felt edgy. Today, we see it with more context. Still, American Pie left a legacy. It opened the floodgates for a wave of teen sex comedies in the 2000s. But most of them missed the point. They copied the pie scene, the dirty jokes, the one-liners, but forgot the emotional core. Because American Pie wasn't just about sex. It was about growing up, failing miserably, leaning on your friends, and somehow figuring it out. It captured a moment in time, raw, silly, confusing, and real, and maybe that's why we still talk about it. Not because of the pie, not even because of Stifler, but because in all its madness, it reminded us that it's okay to not have it all figured out. That awkwardness is universal, and sometimes the messiest moments are the most unforgettable. So yeah, some movies teach you life lessons. American Pie, it taught us that being a confused, nervous, overly ambitious teenager is a phase we all go through. And sometimes you just need friends, chaos, and a little bit of pie to survive it. If this brought back memories or just made you smile, hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe for more real, honest film talk. वरना अगली बार सीडी तुम तक नहीं पहुंचेगी.